Welcome to another edition of A Game a Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes, and today's presentation is a winner go home game for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Phoenix Suns lead the best of seven series 3 games to 2 with an opportunity to eliminate LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the defending NBA champions. Now, in the previous game, the Suns defeated the Lakers in a blowout fashion. 115 to 85. The outcome of the game was never in doubt. And I'm talking about going back to the first quarter. Devin Booker got things started with the 18-point first quarter and never looked back. And the thing that was disheartening for the Lakers is they couldn't shoot whatsoever. From the outside, they were 12 of 35, and that's misleading because LeBron James shot 6 of 10 from three. When you look at what the Phoenix Suns were able to do, this is with Chris Paul dealing with his shoulder issues that he's been dealing with since game 1. The Suns were still able to dominate all the way around. They had uh, 30 points from Devin Booker. I mentioned the 18 points in the first quarter. The 12 points he scored after, they didn't really need because they had so much balance all the way around. Mikal Bridges with 13 points. They got 16 points from Cameron Payne, 7 of 11 from the floor in just 19 minutes. You have Cameron Johnson with 11 points in 13 minutes, and they never stopped. Everyone that got in the game contributed at a high level, and the thing that was disheartening for the Lakers, I mentioned the shooting, there was no sense of urgency. There was no sense of we have to set a tone and set an example now. Don't get me wrong, Anthony Davis was not there. He decided to rest in game 5 due to a groin strain he suffered at the end of the first half of game 4, and he had been dealing with a sprained knee as well. But if Anthony Davis was there or not, that particular game in game 5 was a complete demolition of the Lakers. Now, this game 6 here at home for the Lakers is do or die. Like I said, they're the defending champions, so they have a championship pedigree. But pardon me, this is a Phoenix Suns team that is hungry and is looking to make a statement. They're the second seed in the Western Conference, but nobody really believes in them. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and the rest of the squad is definitely out to finish the job. They smell blood. Let's see if they can get the job done. First possession goes to the Suns. Jay Crowder knocks in a left wing three to get things started. Jay Crowder, in the previous game 5, 3 of 9 from the floor, all 3 pointers. He had 9 points. He was plus 23 while on the floor, though. LeBron James gets it to Marc Gasol, who's starting tonight for the Lakers. They have Dennis Schroeder, who went 0 for 9 from the floor in game 5, so he gets his first basket. That's a good sign. Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, KCP, and Marc Gasol. KCP is Contavious Caldwell Pope. For the Suns, you have Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton. Devin Booker mid-range jumper shoots it over the outstretched arms of Marc Gasol. He knocks it down. Devin Booker coming into game 5 was averaging just over 25 points per game, 25.3 points per game. I mentioned the 30-point performance he had in game 5. Just a spectacular performance. He can get any shot he wants, and I think he understands that. He's very aggressive. He's not tentative, even though this is his first playoff series. He's been waiting for this for some time now to have a legit winning opportunity with Chris Paul and his Suns team for the first time in his career. I think he's salvaged that moment. He's been, like I said, he's been waiting for this moment. He's not taking it for granted. Lakers get a possession as the Suns miss. LeBron gets KCP an opportunity in the right corner. He misses 3. KCP also has been struggling from the floor. He actually played in game 5 after missing one game with knee soreness. He still hasn't been able to find this shooting touch. Jay Crowder, though, he has it. He knocks in the second 3 of the game, 3 from the right corner. So the score is 8-2, Suns lead. Schroeder working the left wing. He has the only basket for the Lakers so far. He gets it to Anthony Davis. Davis finds LeBron James from the right wing. He knocks it down. I mentioned the 6 3-pointers for LeBron. He had a Laker high of, what was that, 24 points? 24 points in 32 minutes. 17 of those points came in the third quarter. But again, the Lakers were already down 30 at the half. There was but so much he could do. In response to that LeBron three, Devin Booker comes back with a step back three over Anthony Davis, knocks it down. Suns up 6. So the Suns are here to play. At least in the early stretches of this game, they're not backing down and getting efficient shots. The Lakers are keeping pace to a degree, but they definitely have to pick up the intensity. Dennis Schroeder shooting the three from the top of the key. He misses it, rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Booker attacking Anthony Davis, works the baseline, kicks it out to Chris Paul, back to Jay Crowder, right wing three, good. So already here in the first quarter, Jay Crowder with 3 3-point shots. He's the difference in this game right now. His 9 points give the Suns a 9-point lead, 14-5, 8:36 remaining. Frank Vogel has to make an adjustment. We'll be back. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back. 8:14 left here in the first quarter. Lakers miss a three out of that timeout, but come back and get a steal from Dennis Schroeder. LeBron James in the post looking for KCP. Caldwell Pope looking for Anthony Davis on the cut. He's fouled playing that baseline while attacking down the lane. He got fouled on the baseline. So possession will stay with the Lakers. We look at the team stats early. The Suns missed just one shot so far, 5 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 4 from 3. The Lakers shooting 33%, 2 of 6 from the floor, now 2 of 7 as Schroeder misses a layup at the rim. Jay Crowder with 3 3-pointers here in his first quarter. Thought about a 3. They work it back to Chris Paul. Chris Paul with the mismatch against Anthony Davis. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Will Chris Paul be aggressive and look to score or pass? He is dealing with that shoulder injury. He gets it to Devin Booker. Booker finds Ayton on the baseline. Booker trying to save it before the shot clock violation. He cannot. So solid defense there by the Lakers. The majority of that possession was really Chris Paul over dribbling just a bit, looking to set up a pass. But again, that shoulder stinger that he's been dealing with for this entire series has really affected his ability to score. And although he's always going to be the point guard, his ability to facilitate and set up others is second to none. But I think the threat of him scoring is definitely not there. LeBron James looking to take a 3. He shoots it over Ayton. He cannot make it. Rebounded by Chris Paul. Paul gets it to Devin Booker. Devin Booker is taking on more of a responsibility to not really facilitate, but definitely handle the ball and set up offense. And his attack mode, as we see him shoot a layup here, he misses the left-hand layup. It gets an opportunity for LeBron James at the rim on a fast break. He's able to get the lay-in. So cuts the deficit to 7, 14-7. And we see Davis lingering just a bit. And the Lakers have to get Davis some attention here. He's been dealing with a groin injury going back to game 4, as I mentioned. He's trying to labor through it, but right now he just cannot. He's on the bench. We look at the defensive closeout on Devin Booker on that finish. He's trying to move, trying to give it everything he can, but he definitely irritated the groin injury. He couldn't get back on offense. 6:35 remaining. Phoenix up 7, 14-7. But the Lakers have a lot more to worry about with this Anthony Davis groin injury. So we'll be back, as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back. As Anthony Davis is sent back to the locker room. He has to get treatment, and we'll know the severity of the groin injury and if he'll come back a bit later. The Suns lead by 10, 17-7. Pardon me, they adjusted the scores 14-7. They gave the Lakers, the Suns 3 points. They took it back. out of that timeout. KCP misses the mid-range. Suns come back up 7. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cameron Payne for 3. He misses it. Hits the top of the backboard. Didn't go over. The Lakers were anticipating that it would go over the top of the backboard. Mikal Bridges pursued it all the way, got the offensive rebound away from Kuzma, able to get the putback. So Lakers trail by 9, Suns up 9, 16-7. LeBron thought about a 3, but we got a foul against Jay Crowder, fighting over the screen, trying to get to LeBron. And we go back to that recent foul with LeBron. There was a body-to-body collision with Chris Paul, foul against Chris Paul, but he aggravated that shoulder stinger once again. So that's something that we have to pay attention to also. KCP shoots a 3, was fouled, no call. He knocks in the 3. So if you're the Lakers, this is something that you definitely are encouraged by. The shooting, as I mentioned in this series for the Lakers, has been putrid. It's been putrid in this game. Nevertheless, though, they get a 3-point shot from KCP. Coming into this game, the Lakers were shooting 27% from 3 in the series. Suns able to get a basket inside. DeAndre Ayton attacking. 18-10. Schroeder turns over the basketball. Suns looking to increase the lead to double digits. Bridges finds Devin Booker in the corner. 3-point shot. Good. That left corner 3. The 3-point line has been there for the Suns all night. So far, 5 of 6 from 3. Devin Booker tonight. 10 points, 4 or 5 from the floor. James looking for KCP. Back to James. Guarded by Cameron Payne, and we got a foul. Foul will be called against KCP, fighting, trying to establish a screen. They call a moving screen. So possession will go to Phoenix. Phoenix up 11 with the basketball, in control, get an efficient shot. So far in this quarter, they're shooting 8 of 12 from the floor, 67%. I mentioned the 3-point shooting, 5 of 6, and they're just attacking the Lakers at every turn. The Lakers tried to have AD start in this game, but his groin just could not cooperate. On a closeout, on a contest, on a contest on a Devin Booker layup. Booker actually missed the layup, but mid-air on the contest, Anthony Davis grimaced, and he was not the same since. Another 3 for Devin Booker, big-time 3. Lakers trail by 14 as Wesley Matthews tried to close out on the left wing step-back 3, was there for Booker. 24-10, Suns lead. LeBron James looking to probe. He's in the paint, fadeaway jumper over Ayton, no good. Rebounded by Devin Booker. Great tap out there by Jay Crowder. Booker, straightaway 3 at the top of the key. Good. Big time zone here for Devin Booker. 27-10. 3:45 remaining here in the first. The Suns lead by 17, looking to close out the defending champions here on the road. Stay tuned. Welcome back, as this is another Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. The Lakers are down 17 here in the first quarter with 3:24 to play in the first. Devin Booker already with 16 points. In the first quarter of Game 5, he had 18 points. So Devin Booker's on par to surpassing that with 3 minutes to play. 3-pointer from Jay Crowder, no good at the top of the key. Can the Lakers make a run? LeBron James looking to find a teammate. He finds Kuzma at the top. Behind the back dribble, guarded by Cameron Johnson. Good defense. In the post, Montrezl Harrell gets an early look on the court. There's been some time now where over the last couple of games, he's really gotten in only during the blowouts, especially at the end of the game. He actually went a couple of games without playing in this series, and that's surprising considering he's the former Sixth Man of the Year, going back to last year, and he was one of the Lakers' key off-season additions. But he just hasn't been able to really get going here in this series. Anthony Davis back out on the bench for the Lakers, standing, uh, trying to get some steps in. He's walking around. He has a bandage wrapped around his right thigh, near the groin injury occurred. So there's no word whether he will return, but it's good to see him back on the sideline with his teammates. Lakers force a turnover as the great defense there by Alex Caruso and Kyle Kuzma forced that turnover, uh, keeping the Suns near the right sideline, unable to get it back to the middle, forced that turnover. So Lakers basketball, James being guarded by Devin Booker in the post, working off the left block. He kicks it to Wesley Matthews, back to LeBron in the post. James takes the double team, kicks it to Kuzma. Kuzma trying to go off the dribble. He loses it to Devin Booker. Booker's foul by Caruso to stop an easy opportunity for the Suns. So the one thing about the Lakers right now, they're not handling the basketball well, already with 3 turnovers. And for the Suns, they have 6 points off of those Lakers turnovers already. One of the things that has to be taken into account is this Suns team has the second best record in the NBA. Yes, they're definitely underrated in terms of what they've done this year. Many people have not really looked at what they've done and valued it as a true championship contending threat. But Monty Williams has this team defending at a high level. They have depth and they're younger. The Lakers are much older. The Suns are playing hungrier, and they're playing like they have something to prove. Lakers force a turnover. Devin Booker thought the pass was tipped. They say it went off of him. So Lakers get possession. 2 minutes left here in the first. On the floor for the Lakers, Wes Matthews, Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma, and Caruso. 3-point shot for Wesley Matthews in the right corner, no good. On the floor for the Suns, Devin Booker, Cameron Payne, Frank Kaminsky, Cameron Jordan, and Torian Craig. Kaminsky inside the paint. Back to Craig. Craig thought about a shot. Instead, got caught in the air trying to pass it off. Stolen by Schroeder. To Caruso attacking the rim. Great defense there by Frank Kaminsky. Kaminsky able to get Caruso in the air and block it off of Caruso. Great defense there. Kaminsky not known as a rim protector, but he got back defensively. They're saying that Davis is questionable to return. Straightaway 3 for Devin Booker at the top of the key. Lakers cannot stop it. Devin Booker with 19 points here in the first. 30-12 as we approach 1 minute remaining. Schroeder kicks out to Matthews. Matthews in the right corner, trying to get a floater up. He misses it. Rebounded by Kaminsky, and we got a foul against Wesley Matthews trying to reach in to get the deflection. So right now, not only are the Lakers not scoring, but they just can't stop Devin Booker. Devin Booker is one of the most skilled players in the NBA. And when it comes to scoring, he has all the tools. He can score on every level. The free throw line, the three-point line. As I say that, he shoots a three, another three at the top of the key. The dribble handoff between him and Frank Kaminsky right now is so flawless. There's nothing that the Lakers can do. They're trying to fight over. He's backing up further. He has limited range on his jump shot, and right now he's in the zone. He has 22 points here in the first quarter. 22 of the Suns' 33. 33-12, 57 seconds left here in the first. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. The defending champions are on the brink. Welcome back. And out of that timeout, Montrezl Harrell gets a big, aggressive finish at the rim. First, initially was blocked, but fought back, got the finish. So it's 33-14. But as I say that, Cameron Payne comes right back and knocks in another three-point shot. So the Suns are up 36-14. I mentioned Devin Booker's outstanding performance so far here in the first, but he's getting great contributions all the way around. The Suns have 10 three-pointers here in the first quarter, 10 of 12. They have 10 3-pointers already here in the first. 8 seconds left. Devin Booker finds Payne. Payne over to Kaminsky. Kaminsky for three. He misses it short. Rebounded by Kuzma, and that will do it here at the end of the first. Suns lead the Lakers by 22 already. The Lakers just did not get anything going offensively. They're shooting 29% from the floor, 6 of 21. They're shooting 2 of 8 from 3. They have 3 turnovers. The Suns have 6 points off of those turnovers. The Suns are out rebounding the Lakers 13-7, and the Lakers are worried about the return of Anthony Davis, who tried to give it a go tonight. He's been dealing with a sprained knee and most recently a groin strain that he suffered in Game 4. He missed Game 5. The Lakers got blitzed by 30. Coming out, he tried to give it a go. He's trying to give the Lakers that presence that they need on the interior. It didn't work. He left very early off of a contest of a Devin Booker layup. Booker actually missed the layup, but AD didn't get back offensively, and he had to leave the game. He has not returned. He's questionable to return. The Lakers' season is in doubt. Stay tuned for more. This is the Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. As the Suns lead the Lakers 36-14, we look at a mirror image of Game 5, where the Suns scored 34 points in the first quarter. In Game 5, Devin Booker had 18 points. They scored 36 points in the first quarter here. In Game 6, Devin Booker had 22 points. The Suns are just doing anything they want to the Lakers, and I think offensively, I mean, more than anything, the offense of the Suns is one thing, but it's more about the ineptitude of the Lakers' offense. They have 14 points in the first quarter. 14. Just unacceptable. Taylor Horton Tucker on the floor for the Lakers now. Cameron Payne looking to attack. Great defense by Montrezl Harrell, able to block the shot and block it off of Cameron Payne, so possession goes back to the Lakers. Harrell trying to score, kicks it out to Horton Tucker. Horton Tucker thought about a three from the right corner, takes a screen from Markieff Morris. Morris trying to establish paint position. He cannot. Montrezl Harrell attacks, misses a layup. Offensive rebound by Morris, but Morris dribbles it off his foot, so possession goes back to the Suns. On the floor for the Suns, Devin Booker, Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, Torian Craig. For the Lakers, KCP, Taylor Horton Tucker, LeBron James, Montrezl Harrell, and Markieff Morris. Cameron Johnson for three. He misses it. Chases down his miss, attacks Montrezl Harrell, and is fouled. So great pursuit there. They say most times the shooters know they're going to miss before the defense. So he tracked his shot down, knew it was off, went and got the offensive rebound and went straight up at Montrezl Harrell. Harrell tried to stay vertical, but could not stay vertical all the way through the defensive possession. So Johnson will go to the free throw line for two. I mentioned his 11 points in 13 minutes in Game 5. Very, very efficient. But again, the game was out of hand so early that head coach Monty Williams didn't have to use Johnson all the way through. He makes both 38-14, 10:47 left here in the first half. The Lakers are on the brink. The defending champions started the season 21-6, and then the injuries just started to plague them. First with Anthony Davis, who went out with what appeared to be an Achilles injury, but it was a calf strain. So that's something that the Lakers definitely were able to count their blessings for. But then, right as LeBron was starting to right the ship, with Davis being out for extended time, he went out with a severe ankle injury, and that set the Lakers back in the worst way. They went down in the standings. James and Davis had to return earlier than usual because they had to save the Lakers season. The Lakers actually had to get into the play-in. They were the 7th seed, in which they defeated the Golden State Warriors in spectacular fashion to solidify the 7th seed, in which they set up this set up this matchup with Phoenix. But even though Phoenix lacks the experience that the Lakers have in terms of championship pedigree, again, uh, the youth is on their side. They don't know what they don't know. They have a great veteran leader in Chris Paul, and the rest of these young guys are just hungry and ready to perform on a big stage, and they're doing it at every turn. Frank Kaminsky with the basketball gets it to Craig. Craig step back jumper over Harrell, rims in and out and goes back in. So the shooter's role is working here in Staples Center for the Suns. Suns up 40-16. LeBron, top of the key, takes the screen from Harrell. Crossover dribble is fouled. He's saying he was going up to shoot. It looked like he was passing. James is trying to sell it. It looks as if he was passing. He was definitely passing. He's trying to sell it as if he was going up, but he was definitely passing. 10 minutes to go in a half. They do say James was on the ground. So he was passing. James inbounds to Horton Tucker. 10 on the shot clock. Lakers have to get a shot off. Horton Tucker probing, one leg fadeaway. Good. So maybe Horton Tucker could provide a spark right now for the Lakers off the bench. They need something. Remember, Anthony Davis is questionable to come back, dealing with that groin strain. The Lakers have to get something going offensively. Right now, the Suns, even though they're shooting amazingly, a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Lakers are missing so much. They've just been able to get out and run and get whatever they want. 3 on the shot clock. Cameron Payne floater over LeBron James. He misses it, gets his own miss. Suns reset. They get it back to Chris Paul. 10 on the shot clock. Cameron Payne sets up for a left wing three. He misses it. Rebounded by LeBron James. James looking to push the pace at the rim. He thought he was fouled. He doesn't get the call. Chris Paul gets it to Kaminsky. Over to Johnson. Johnson back to Kaminsky. Left-handed layup is good. So great ball movement by the Suns, able to utilize the floor imbalance to their advantage as LeBron didn't get back defensively. It was 5-on-4. They were able to score. Suns 7 of 25. Lakers 7 of 25 from the floor. Suns 15 of 25. Missed 3 from Horton Tucker. Chris Paul almost got the rebound, tipped it to Mikal Bridges. Paul over to Johnson. Left wing three, good. Another 3-point shot for the Suns. 45-18 with 8:30 left here in the first half. Frank Vogel has to call another timeout. The Suns are just blitzing the Lakers at every single turn. There's nothing they can do right now. The shooting is immaculate. 62% from the floor, 16 of 26. They hit 11 of 16 three-pointers so far. That's 69% from three. The Lakers are shooting 27% from three, 7 of 26. They cannot score. The points in the paint are the only advantage that the Lakers have right now, 10-6. But if you're the Suns, you don't need it because they're trading twos for threes. The largest lead so far in the game is 27, and that's where we are right now. 45-18. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back as your defending champion. Los Angeles Lakers trail by 27. Out of that timeout, a miscommunication between LeBron James and KCP lends itself to a turnover. So the Suns will get the ball back as we approach 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. They've been shooting the lights out here in Staples Center. Devin Booker kicks it to Mikal Bridges. They work it around the perimeter. Back to the left side. Cameron Johnson looking for Kaminsky. LeBron James plays the passing lane, gets the steal, attacks Chris Paul off the spin. Devin Booker fouls him to prevent the easy layup. And that's one of the rare mistakes by the Suns here in this first half. They've just done anything they wanted to do. They've played near flawless basketball. LeBron James misses the first free throw. And this is a bit of history. I haven't mentioned it in my recent broadcast in regards to this series, but this particular game will lend itself to a elimination for LeBron James in the first round for the first time in his career. He's in year 17. He's been to the playoffs 14 times. 10 of those times he's been to the finals. Magnificent. But he had never, ever had a first round exit. So to lose this series in this fashion will be the first time in his career, and it might be the mark of an end of an era. I mean, when you look at Father Time, he's 18-year veteran. He's 36 years old. There's but so much that LeBron can do to fight Father Time. I mean, he invested in his body and so many over the years, put so much money into making sure that he's in tip-top shape, and he's definitely defied the odds many, many times. But when you think about the ankle injury he suffered this year, when you think about the groin injury he suffered 2 seasons ago, that's two major injuries in the last 3 years. That's definitely taken a bit out of him. Now, in between, the Lakers were able to salvage last season, definitely with the bubble coming into play to finish the season. The Lakers were able to win the West, defeat the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals, and bring home championship number 17 for LeBron. That's championship number 4. But considering what he's gone through over the last 3 years, this might be the very end for LeBron James. We got to take that into account. A magnificent career, a player who has put himself in position year after year to contend for championships. Um, to lose in this fashion, it's unfortunate, but again, it happens to the best of them. But we'll see. It's 7 minutes left in the first half. Lakers trying to make a bit of a run here. They trail by 24. 48 to 24, 6 on the shot clock. Devin Booker attacking. Goes off the contest. Great defense by Marc Gasol. Doesn't get the block, but Booker turns over the basketball as LeBron James looking for KCP in the right corner. Three-point shot is good. So we got a 21-point game now. Momentum is starting to shift. You can hear the Staples Center crowd starting to pick it up here. 6:34 left here in the first half. Can Chris Paul right the ship? Steady the waters. DeAndre Ayton on the floor looking for Booker. In the left corner, it's deflected out by Caruso. But those type of energy plays are definitely starting to pick up here. You see LeBron kick it out to KCP. KCP's been struggling from 3 all series. He knocks down a huge three-pointer to get it to 21. So if you're the Lakers, you got to play in short-term goals. 6:17 left. In the next 3 minutes, can you get it down to 15? Can you get it down to 12? Those are the things that make this game manageable and makes the Suns think about it. Out of the post, Devin Booker is so skilled. Great inbound from Chris Paul off the left block, spinning back to the baseline, fadeaway jumper, pure. Devin Booker is amazing. Taylor Horton Tucker comes right back to score, so the deficit is 29. The Lakers are actually on a 10-2 run over the last minute and 45 seconds, so they definitely have things turning in their direction, but have they got down by too much? We'll see. Chris Paul, crossover dribble, trying to get inside, gets a floater up. Lakers didn't even contest. They were anticipating the pass. That's how limited Chris Paul has been offensively in terms of scoring. 52 to 29. Look at Chris Paul attacking Marc Gasol. Crossover dribble splits the defense of Horton, Tucker, and Gasol. Gets the floater up over Caruso. Very, very close to the rim. I mean, he had to be about 2 feet away. But, again, he's managing that right shoulder stinger, and he's trying to give the Suns everything he possibly can despite being limited with that shoulder. Caruso thought about a 3, attacks Jay Crowder, able to finish over his left shoulder with the right hand. Strong finish there. So the Suns sustaining their lead up by 21. Paul probing, now has Marc Gasol on the switch. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Booker, 3 on the shot clock. Can he get a shot off? He gets a shot off. He still cashes it. Big 3, Devin Booker. He is going crazy right now. 55 to 31. The Suns lead Devin Booker. Devin Booker. Devin Booker has 27 points right now. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the half. Floater, free throw line extended, no good. Tried to get the rebound. Marc Gasol is there. Gets it to Caruso. Horton Tucker thought about a three, goes to LeBron. LeBron is fouled by Jay Crowder. Both former teammates going back to LeBron's second stint in Cleveland. Only played there for about 50 games, then was traded. Um, but Crowder found his way back against LeBron as an opponent in the finals last year. That was definitely a heated one, a heated battle. Obviously, the Lakers won in 6 games, but the Heat and that ragtag bunch definitely put everything into that season, especially the bubble portion of the series, bubble portion of the season. The shooting Jay Crowder possessed in that bubble session was amazing, and that really extended his career, in my opinion, because now he's more of a he's more solidified as a 3-and-D option now. Um, and here with the Suns, he's definitely contributed that on a consistent basis. Mikal Bridges thought about a three from the right corner. He misses it. Kyle Kuzma is there with the rebound. 4 minutes left. Kuzma thought about a three, takes the three, misses it short. Rebounded by James. James takes the three at the top of the key. He makes the three. So big three for the Lakers. James trying to get going here offensively. Back to a 21-point lead for the Suns, 55-34. Booker, top of the key. Ayton thought about a dribble handoff with Cameron Payne. Gets it back to Payne. Payne guarded by KCP. Inside, Ayton is stripped by James. Kuzma gets the basketball. Tried to make a play, trying to find KCP. It's almost stolen, but KCP gets the loose ball, gets it to Schroeder. Schroeder attacks that left baseline, trying to draw a foul. He draws the foul against Devin Booker. So 3:12 left. Lakers trail by 21, trying to swing momentum in their direction. So far, every time they make a run or try to steal some momentum, the Suns respond with some key baskets. Most notably by Devin Booker. I mentioned the 27 points he has right now. 10 of 14 from the floor, 7 of 8 from three, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, but he doesn't really have to worry about setting up others right now because he's doing anything he wants to do offensively. For the Lakers, I mentioned the 5 minutes of Anthony Davis here in the first quarter. Since then, he hasn't returned. He's questionable to return. LeBron James with 11 points, 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three. Contavious Caldwell Pope, KCP, 4 of 6 from the floor, 11 points. Dennis Schroeder makes both free throws. So now with 4 points, 55-36, Suns lead. Devin Booker working his way left, draws a foul on Gasol, almost got the and one. He'll be going to the free throw line for 2. Again, Devin Booker just is so skilled. He scores on every level. I mentioned the mid-range he has, the range he has from the three. He's able to go off the dribble. He can get to any spot on the floor. And I think one of the more pressing things for him that is to his advantage is that he's so efficient. Most high-volume scorers tend to be inefficient because they have to push the boundaries of what their team needs, whether it be taking tough shots because you have limited personnel, or if you're a great three-point shooter, you tend to get caught up in taking too many threes at times. So you kind of border on being inefficient at times. But I think for Devin Booker's entire career, because he's so skilled, he focuses on getting the right shot, and he can get going. I mean, he has a 70-point performance against Boston going back to the 2016-2017 season. He also has multiple 50-point games. So he has the penchant for taking it there and going way beyond the boundaries of imagination. But at the same time, though, he's really focused on craft and making sure that he gets the right shot on most occasions. Very similar to the likes of Kevin Durant and efficient scorers of that ilk. So Devin has to take these free throws. They call a timeout on the floor. We'll be back with more, as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Suns lead the Lakers 55-36, 2:54 remaining. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. As Devin Booker makes the first free throw, he makes the second. So now Booker with 29 points, 57-36, 2:50 remaining here in the first half. Phoenix largest lead of the game was 27. This is on the heels of losing, or if you're Phoenix, by winning by 30. The Lakers lost by 30 in Game 5, 115-85. It was just a blitz all the way through. You would think coming home you would have the home cooking there. And Devin Booker, great back cut, great pass, great high-low action there from DeAndre Ayton to set up Devin Booker. And Dennis Schroeder trying to go baseline and attack Cameron Payne. It's blocked by Cameron. Payne actually blocks it off of Dennis Schroeder. Pardon me, I said that pass was from DeAndre Ayton. It was actually from Cameron Payne. Great setup there from Cameron Payne to find Devin Booker. Great back cut there from Devin Booker. That's one of the areas, too, that he's working well at, especially off of the ball now that he has Chris Paul to handle ball handling duties this season. The last couple of seasons, he's been asked to be one of the primary playmakers, which definitely took away from his premier skill set as a scorer, but it definitely helped him uh, become a more well-rounded player and a scorer, because now he's able to move with the ball. But with point guards on the floor like Paul and Cameron Payne, he's able to move off the basketball and find efficient ways to score. LeBron James attacks the basket, gets in there in one opportunity. As he finishes the layup, Lakers down 21. We look at the replay as LeBron able to attack Craig. Craig actually just missed the layup, a point blank layup at the rim, which gave the Lakers an opportunity to get out and run, and James able to get the finish. James now 14 points, 4 of 8 from the floor, 4 rebounds. Cameron Payne looking to draw and kick. He finds Bridges. Bridges, right corner 3, no good. It rims out. Rebounded by Wesley Matthews. James with the basketball, working the left block, going against Bridges. Great deflection by Craig, as there's a well-timed double team. We got a jump ball. 127 left. Again, that well-timed double team by Craig, as LeBron was anticipating the one-on-one action against Bridges. And Bridges has actually been doing really, really well against LeBron one-on-one. Obviously, LeBron's passing ability makes it very, very difficult to double team him. But with the ineptitude from the Lakers in terms of outside shooting, the threat of LeBron in the post isn't the same, and you can run the risk of defending him one-on-one. Now, in that moment, the size mismatch that LeBron had against Bridges would have definitely worked backing Bridges down. But again, that well-timed double team lended itself to the jump ball. James wins the jump ball, 7 on the shot clock. James kicks it to Kuzma, and it's deflected out of bounds. So 4.6 left on the shot clock. Lakers down 21-17 left to go here in the first half. James inbounds to Kuzma. 2 on the shot clock. Kuzma fadeaway jumper, no good. Would have been a shot clock violation anyway, but the Suns get the rebound. So we approach a minute remaining. Devin Booker with 31 points here in the first half. He had 30 in game 5. 8 on the shot clock. Booker attacking LeBron. Going straight up, it goes off his leg. He thought it was deflected. James takes the screen from Wesley Matthews. LeBron trying to draw and kicks it to Wesley Matthews. Straight away 3 for Kuzma. He misses it short. So 35 seconds left. Devin Booker gets the rebound. What a pass from Jay Crowder to Craig, as Devin Booker got it ahead to Crowder. Crowder found Craig, cut into the basket, and Craig is fouled hard by Dennis Schroeder. So they'll probably review this to see if it was a flagrant foul. It looked like a regular hard foul when it comes to playoff basketball. No, the foul is actually Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope is saying uh, he went for the ball. He definitely hit Craig across the arm, but it was it's a clean foul, just a hard foul. Sometimes, depending on how the players fall, it makes it look a lot worse than what it is. They'll review this to see if it's a flagrant. I don't think it is, but again, hey, when you look at uh, the way the game has been played over the last couple of years, referees definitely want to take control of the game to make sure nothing gets out of hand. This series hasn't really been chippy because the games really haven't been that close. Um, in game three, there was a bit of a dust up between Dennis Schroeder and Devin Booker, in which Devin Booker pushed Dennis Schroeder out of the air when he was going for a layup. That was a flagrant foul. Booker got kicked out of the game. Then there's been a bit of back and forth between LeBron and Jay Crowder, but I mentioned that history going back to last year's finals and previously as teammates in Cleveland. And also, Crowder played a big role in that 2017 team of the Boston Celtics that went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs that lost in 5 games. So there's definitely some history there between those two, but it's never really got out of hand too much. Uh, oh, let me take that back. There's been a double technical assessed to KCP and Jay Crowder after the hard foul. Obviously, both teams congregate around the players on the floor to make sure nothing gets out of hand. And as Jay Crowder comes in, he bumps KCP, and KCP backs him up, moves him out of the way. The refs saw that, didn't want things to get out of hand, gave both double techs. Again, when you look at the foul, I think the foul is a regular hard playoff foul, nothing too flagrant. Again, KCP is trying to contest the shot, but he goes through Craig's arm. Regular foul, but the way Craig fell, it made it look worse than what it is. And uh, one of the things that these reviews does is it takes away the flow of the game. Yes, there's a hard foul. Yes, there was double technical fouls, but it doesn't take this long to review. You look at it, you make a decision, you keep the flow of the game there. There's too much indecisiveness in what they want to do. They're at the monitors. They have multiple people back in Secaucus, New Jersey to review these things. You have the league offices all around the country. There's ways to review this and get it done quickly. You got 3 officials on the floor. Why is this taking so long? I don't understand. If you look at the foul, he's going for the ball. Torian Craig gets hit in the arm. Craig falls hard into the stanchion. It's a hard fall, but not a flagrant foul. It's not a flagrant foul. I don't understand why this is taking so long. Again, it's taking forever. We'll be back. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. They are reviewing the flagrant foul, the technicals, and so much more. It's taking forever. We'll be back for the decision. Welcome back. They finally make the decisions. So, although I think the foul against Torrin Craig is a regular hard play or foul, they call that a flagrant foul. So it's a flagrant one, and we have technical fouls. So there'll be a technical foul against KCP, and they call a technical foul against Torrin Craig on the previous possession prior to that Torrin Craig um, technical foul. Okay, so let me change that up. KCP has been ejected now. He has two technicals. So KCP had two technicals. Torian Craig goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. But Torian Craig picked up a technical foul on the previous possession to the Torian Craig hard foul by KCP because he pushed um, Wesley Matthews excessively. So the refs went back retroactively and gave Torian a technical. So Torian goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Suns up 21, 60 to 39. Devin Booker, been aggressive, been dominant. He's looking to attack Marc Gasol, and he's fouled on the perimeter. So 11.8 seconds left in the half. Devin Booker will be going to the free throw line. I mentioned the 31 points he's had here in the first half. Really, really efficient, dominant. Again, getting everything he wants offensively. 11 of 16 from the floor. Uh, 7 of 8 from three. He makes the first free throw, so now 32 points. He's on pace for 50 tonight. I don't want to say 60 because the game's out of hand. He probably won't even have to get uh, to get to 60. But at the rate at which he's scoring right now, he's doing everything he wants. Um, 33 points here in the first half, 62 to 39. 5 seconds left. LeBron James from the logo misses the three. Offensive rebound. Wesley Matthews, great effort there despite circumstances. So the Suns will go into the half 62 to 41. The Lakers are on the ropes. They don't have Anthony Davis. He played 5 minutes in the first half before re-aggravating that groin injury. And Devin Booker got things going in that first quarter with 22 points, knocking down three after three. As a team, the Suns have been lights out from three, 12 of 20 from three. And I say that uh, cautiously because toward the end of the half, they started missing more threes than they were making. But to start the game, in the first quarter, they were 10 of 12 from three. So that goes to show you how hot they were in that first quarter. Shooting 54% from the field. They have 14 assists compared to the Lakers' 8 assists. When you look at the turnovers, the total turnovers for the Lakers, they have 5 turnovers. Suns have 6 points off of those turnovers. The the points in the paint for the Lakers is really their only advantage, 18 to 12. But that 3 point line has been where the Suns have completely destroyed the Lakers, and that's really the tale of the tape. If you go to the entire series, the Lakers just have not been able to really shoot well at all, shooting 27% coming into this game from three. And right now, they've improved 5 of 16 from three. That's 31%. But it's but so much you can do when the other team has a 36-point advantage from three. Well, pardon me, 12 to 5. That's 36, 36 to 15. So a 21-point advantage from three, and that's really the game. 21-point advantage. 62 to 41. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back. As we start the second half, Suns went into the half up 21. Dennis Schroeder gets a layup to start the second half for the Lakers. I want to make a correction that I made for a mistake that I made. The flagrant foul from Torian Craig deserved the 2 free throws. You get 2 free throws off the flagrant. I assumed, um, I assumed KCP was ejected because I saw him go to the locker room, but he probably just went to the back a bit early and had to take care of whatever. He's back out now. He still has the one technical, but the 2 free throws from Torian Craig was not 2 free throws off of 2 technicals. It was off of the flagrant. My correction. Apologies for that. But we start the second half. and it is now back up to 24. Two free throws for the Suns got them back the 2 points that Schroeder got to start the half. We see Marcus Gasol work backdoor with KCP. KCP able to get the finish. So aggressive attack here from the Lakers to start the second half. KCP working against Chris Paul. Chris Paul body contact couldn't stop it. So if the Lakers want to make a run, they'll have to do it here in the early parts of this third quarter. The largest deficit the Lakers have come back from to start a second half was 13. They were down 21 at the end of this first half in this game. Devin Booker tried to attack, drawing a foul. He misses it. Rebounded by LeBron James. James probing at the top of the key. Cut off by Ayton and Devin Booker. Marcus Gasol dribble handoff to James. James straight away three. Misses it horribly. Rebounded by Jay Crowder. Crowder gets it to Chris Paul. Paul looking for a screen. Instead, thought about a three. Sets up an alley oop for DeAndre Ayton. Ayton slams it home with the right hand. Great tomahawk slam there from DeAndre Ayton. And that's the poise and patience that comes with being the point guard, Chris Paul. You got to play him for every facet of his game. The mid range, even though with one shoulder, you still got to play him for it because he can pull up for it at any time. He uses that space, attacks that space, and sets up an alley oop for Ayton. Wes Matthews comes back, gets a layup for the Lakers. The Suns respond with the three from Jay Crowder, back up to 21, 69 to 48. 13 of 21 from three are the Suns uh, from the 3-point line. Alley oop from Marcus Gasol to LeBron James is good, so it's back to a 19-point game, 69 to 50. Devin Booker takes a double team from Marcus Gasol and Wes Matthews, but we got a foul. You look at the alley oop from Chris Paul set up to DeAndre Ayton. Ayton in this series has been spectacular. DeAndre Ayton getting his first playoff action as well. He's in year three, getting the likes of Chris Paul to come in and be the point guard of a young team like this. He already exposed and showcased his ability to turn young teams around. You can look at that OKC bunch that he had last year that pushed the Houston Rockets to 7 last year. Now with the Suns, he's completely turned DeAndre Ayton's game around, not necessarily in talent, but more so in understanding where he's most effective in winning basketball. The last couple of years, he's he hadn't really contributed to a winner. This year, the Suns are obviously the second best team in the West, and now they have an opportunity to knock off the defending NBA champions. Here in this playoff series, his first playoff series ever, DeAndre Ayton 17.4 points per game, 12 rebounds a game, and he's shooting 80% from the floor. He knows where he's effective. He's consistent in that area, and because he's consistent in that area, especially in high leverage moments, it builds confidence. Mid-range jumper for Chris Paul is good. Chris Paul tonight, not very prolific scoring wise, but again, his presence is enough to make sure that this Suns team knows what they're capable of doing. In 23 minutes tonight, Paul 3 of 9 from the floor, 9 points. But again, it's his presence that's most important. Paul draws a blocking foul against Marcus Gasol. If not for the blocking foul, probably would have been a 3-point opportunity for Jay Crowder. We see DeAndre Ayton's shoulder. He's laboring just a bit. He's looking for a review on something. So on the drive for Chris Paul, looking to kick out for Jay Crowder, LeBron James bumps Ayton with his right shoulder, and it looks as if Ayton has a stinger a bit. These shoulder injuries can be a bit catastrophic depending on how bad. They could definitely um, linger, and although it could be a stinger that that is short term, it can be chronic. Very similar to how we look at like a Luka Doncic, who's dealing with a similar injury as well. He's dealing with a stinger, dealing with his neck. He's dealing with nerve damage in his neck. It affects his shoulder, goes down to his elbow. And with Chris Paul's situation, his shoulder stinger affects the whole side of his body at times. So if Aiden is going through that right now, that's something to worry about. Again, this game it looks like it's out of hand right now. We'll see how it turns around, but stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as the Lakers challenged the foul call against Marc Gasol. It was unsuccessful. I want to make another correction. I said Paul 3 of 9 from the floor, 9 points. That was actually his stats from Game 5. He's 2 of 5 in Game 6, 2 of 5 with 4 points. But again, Suns up 21. So his scoring right now, or lack of scoring, is inconsequential because again, Devin Booker's been so dominant in shooting as a team has been exceptional. 3-point shot for Dennis Schroeder falls, so it's now a 16-point game with 8 minutes to go here in the third. Let's see what happens here as Dennis Schroeder now 4 of 9 with 11 points, only one assist, but can the Lakers turn it around quickly? Dennis Schroeder actually strips Jay Crowder. Couldn't quite get the steal, but it goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Suns. 8 on the shot clock. Devin Booker with the basketball. 7:44 left. He's made some spectacular shots all night, and that continues with a one-leg runner as the shot clock is winding down. Had to come back right to get the ball, work his way left against Wes Matthews under the rest. The one-leg fadeaway, the one-leg runner fadeaway. Free throw line extended, able to fall. Wes Matthews, straightaway three at the top of the key, knocks it down. So the Lakers starting to trade threes for twos now. It's a 15-point game. This is manageable. 7 minutes left in the third. Can the Lakers turn it around? Chris Paul over to Jay Crowder. Paul now guarded by Markieff Morris. Straightaway three for Paul, misses it off the back rim. LeBron almost had the rebound, goes to Chris Paul. Paul over to Aiden. Aiden couldn't quite catch the alley-oop, but gets the finish with the layup. LeBron attacks right back, gets a layup. So 6:45 to play here in the third. It's a 15-point game. The Suns have to continue to execute. This game is not over. The Lakers have turned it around. Skip pass from Booker to Chris Paul. The Lakers pressure on the perimeter starting to pick up now. Those turnovers coming back to haunt the Suns. Right now, the Lakers starting to generate some momentum. A missed three from Morris would have got this to a 12-point deficit. So the Suns have 4 turnovers in Game 5. Tonight they have 8 turnovers. The 4 turnovers they had in Game 5 were the fewest in playoff history. Timely shooting coming up big right now. Devin Booker knocks in a mid-range jumper from the right wing to push the lead back up to 17. 3-point shot, Dennis Schroeder. He misses it. Chris Paul almost had the offensive rebound. Chris Paul almost had the defensive rebound. Possession will stay with the Lakers, though. As LeBron goes to the bench, 5:52 left here in the third. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Schroeder to Horton Tucker. 12 on the shot clock. Horton Tucker over to Morris. Wes Matthews. This lineup is definitely limited for the Lakers. Markieff Morris, Kyle Kuzma, Schroeder, Horton Tucker, and Marc Gasol on the floor for the Lakers right now. Pardon me. Kuzma, Morris, Schroeder, Horton Tucker, and Wes Matthews. Cameron Payne looking to attack it. He dribbles it off his right leg. Possession goes back to the Lakers. Suns up 17, but they're starting to turn over the ball and get lackadaisical with the ball right now. So there's a stoppage in play. They have to switch basketballs. Anthony Davis has not returned, dealing with the groin injury that cut him out after 5 minutes there in that first quarter. He tried to give it a go, tried to give the Lakers some fight just off his presence alone, but it was not able to sustain and aggravated it again. He hasn't returned. Dennis Schroeder attacks. He's fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Schroeder tonight played much better than what he did in game 5. He was 0 of 9 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, only had 1 assist. Tonight, Schroeder 4 of 10, still shooting bad, 1 of 4 from the 3, but 3 of 3 at the line. He makes the first free throw here. Second free throw, good. So it's a 15-point game. Suns came into this second half up by 21, so the Lakers have outscored them by 6 here in the third so far. Deflection by Dennis Schroeder, giving maximum effort. Can't quite get to the steal, but he's going all out over the last couple of possessions, especially laying his body on the line, trying to get those extra possessions and fight for this Lakers squad. Six on the shot clock. Devin Booker, thought about a mid-range. Deflected by Wes Matthews. Jay Crowder, fadeaway jumper. Can't get it to fall. Hits the rim. Aiden tried to get the offensive rebound and goes off of his hand. So possession goes to the Lakers. LeBron, in and out dribble. Can he finish the layup? He does. So now it's a 13-point game. Timeout called by the Suns. As the momentum in the Staples Center has definitely shifted. 4:42 left to play. Suns up 77-64, but the Lakers are starting to believe. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. 4:33 remaining. It's a lot of basketball left. The Lakers have cut a 27-point deficit in the first half down to 13. They actually came into the second half down 21. So far, they've outscored the Suns by 8. Cameron Payne makes a free throw as he draws a blocking foul against Wesley Matthews. So the Phoenix Suns needed that in the worst way. Cameron Payne tonight, 1 of 5 from the floor, 4 points. He's coming off of a 19-point performance in 13 minutes. Cameron Payne in this series has been known to knock down some huge threes, bring some energy off the bench, especially with Chris Paul being limited with the shoulder injury. He's definitely come up huge as a playmaker at times as well for others. Wesley Matthews in the paint, can't finish the layup, gets the rebound. Going to LeBron, 2 on the shot clock. Wesley Matthews for 3, knocks it down. Big 3 for Wesley Matthews. So now it's a 12-point game, 79-67. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Can the Suns hold on? Devin Booker had a huge first half, 33 points, right now 37. And we got a reach-in foul against Dennis Schroeder. The defensive intensity is picking up here for the Lakers. With a 12-point deficit, 3:52 to go, this might be a tie game going into the fourth quarter. We might have a totally different game going into the fourth quarter. Let's see how the Lakers are able to finish. As that shot clock was winding down, LeBron James tipped the pass to Wesley Matthews right in the shooting pocket. Wesley Matthews with no hesitation able to knock that down. A big three-point shot for the Lakers. Cameron Payne misses a point-blank layup at the rim. 3:40 to play. Wesley Matthews, another three, misses his short, rebounded by Torrey Craig. That would have took the roof off here in Staples again. The Suns had the largest lead at 27 in the first half. Since then, the Lakers have chipped away. Not to say that the Suns have just given it away, but in the latter part of this third quarter, the turnovers have picked up. The Suns have not finished at the rim as well as we're used to seeing. And then the three-point line has not been of use or been used at a high clip like we used to seeing in the like we were used to seeing in the first half. 79-67, 3:26 to go here in the third. Cameron Payne at the free throw line. First free throw for Payne is good. Cameron Payne has definitely reclaimed his basketball career here with the Suns. A couple of years ago, he was out the league. Many people remember him in his early stages with the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he was a backup, but rarely got playing time, mostly known as Russell Westbrook's hype man. Since that time, he was traded to the Bulls and didn't really pan out there with the Bulls. He had to work his way back to the NBA, played overseas, played in China and other countries as well. But coming back to the Spurs, playing with Monty Williams, playing for Monty Williams, who had a connection with Cameron going back to OKC. Cameron definitely matured. His game is rounded out, and now playing next to Chris Paul, he's definitely figured out how to find his niche in the NBA in 2021. Lakers down 14. KCP trying to get it to LeBron James with 9 on the shot clock. Kuzma trying to find LeBron James. Kuzma has to take a shot. He misses it off the back rim. Torrey Craig with the rebound. I think the Lakers on that possession got too preoccupied with trying to get LeBron James the ball and lended itself to an inefficient possession. Cameron Johnson going to the rim, and we got a hard foul by Markieff Morris. They'll review that to see if it's a flagrant or not. Cameron Johnson is holding his nose right now. So definitely review that to see if it's flagrant. And he's holding his face also. The forehead part of his face. When you think about the flagrant foul going back to the latter part of the first half between KCP and Torrey Craig, the referees are definitely going to review this and make sure that this game doesn't get out of hand. Hard foul by Morris, definitely a flagrant. Right, so 2:52 to play. The last time they did this took 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a stoppage. We'll be back with more. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. The Suns lead the Lakers by 14. The Lakers are trying to work their way back into this game. We will see. Right now, a flagrant foul, a common foul is under review to see if it's a flagrant foul. Cameron Johnson attacking the basket. Markieff Morris definitely used body and came down with his two arms on Cameron Johnson's head. So we'll see if this is a flagrant foul. We'll be back with more. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Okay, so the common foul by Morris was upgraded to a flagrant one. They deemed it excessive. A flagrant one means you can still stay in the game. So Morris is still in the game. Cameron Johnson makes both free throws, but after flagrant, you get possession. So the Suns get the possession. Up 16, missed layup by Cameron Payne leads to Laker possession at the top of the key. LeBron James guarded by Jay Crowder. 14 on the shot clock. Horton Tucker trying to get a shot off. 5 on the clock. Goes off the glass. A rough possession, but he's able to get the finish. So it's a 14-point game. And Horton Tucker is called for a technical foul as he was looking for a foul called very demonstrative and very demonstrative and fighting for that call. And then running down the court, He bumps Cameron Johnson, and the refs felt that that was excessive. So that technical foul hurts the Lakers because they were fighting back. 14-point deficit. Now Devin Booker goes to the free throw line, catches the free throw, and the Suns get possession. Devin Booker dribble handoff from Craig, and we got a foul against KCP. So the referee starting to take control of the game with the whistle. The Lakers, understanding the circumstances, being down by so much, they have to increase their intensity defensively and uh, add more physicality to their output. But right now, they just have not been able to stop fouling. Devin Booker goes to the free throw line. He continues his torrid start at the not start, but he continues his torrid scoring as he continues to uh, put the game on his back offensively. Now with 38 points, he goes 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Now 39, 86 to 69. Suns lead. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. LeBron James attacks and finishes with the layup. So can the Lakers give it a last-ditch effort? Right now, LeBron James, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Devin Booker might be on his way to a 50-point performance, but Torrey Craig called for a moving screen right as Devin Booker was pulling up for a three-pointer at the top of the key. That's a turnover forced by the Lakers, including the offensive foul on Craig. So let's see what the Lakers are able to do in this last 1 minute and 47 seconds. It's a 15-point game. They've outscored the Suns by 6 here in the third quarter. Again, Lakers without Anthony Davis. He re-aggravated that groin injury that he suffered in Game 4. And he's also been dealing with a knee injury as well, sprained knee. LeBron, attacking, takes contact, misses the layup, offensive rebound is there. He's blocked by Jay Crowder, and we got a jump ball. That was a point-blank layup there for LeBron. He should have cashed it. He missed the layup, got the offensive rebound, goes right up, was trying to draw a foul. If we look at this layup, point-blank range. Went straight up with the right hand, got the offensive rebound. Great defense by Jay Crowder, as that's all ball. LeBron wins the jump ball. At the rim, LeBron makes up for that missed layup with a two-hand slam instead. Great pick and roll there with Dennis Schroeder. So it's 86-73. We approach 1 minute remaining here in the third. 1:10 left. Suns trying to hold on. They were up by as many as 27, but the Lakers have chipped away. And now this game is a manageable deficit. Cameron Payne attacking. Torrey Craig is there. And Torrey Craig on the catch steps out of bounds. Oh man, these turnovers picking up here for the Suns here in this third quarter. Again, they had 4 turnovers in Game 5. That's the lowest amount of turnovers in NBA history for one game. Right now tonight, the Suns with 10 turnovers. Yet the Lakers only have 6 turnovers, 6 points off of those turnovers. Can they score right here? They cannot. Dennis Schroeder couldn't get that flow to the floor, rebounded by Devin Booker. So 40 seconds left here in the third. Suns up 13. Devin Booker for 3. He cashes it. Devin Booker's on his way to 50. He's going crazy right now. 42 points for Devin Booker, but KCP comes right back, gets in there and 1. So he's going to get the 3 points back in a conventional way. The previous 3 from Devin Booker going to his left, fading over the outstretched arms of Kyle Kuzma. Doesn't matter. KCP comes right back, though, with the N1 opportunity. So with this free throw, he'll cut the Lakers deficit to 13. KCP tonight, 16.6 of 9 from the field. In Game 5, he had 0 points on 0 of 1 shooting. So he's definitely come out more aggressive. He completes the N1. So it's 89-76. There's a 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock right now. 21 seconds left. in the quarter. Cameron Payne at the top of the key, guarded by KCP. Devin Booker falls, no foul. Payne trying to go against KCP at the rim, almost blocked by Morris. Schroeder on the run has it deflected from behind by Cameron Payne. Great back tip there. 1.8 left. So Lakers have an opportunity to cut even closer. They've outscored the Suns by 8 here in this third quarter. Schroeder trying to get an inbound. He goes to LeBron. LeBron for 3. He misses it off the back rim. But the Lakers sense some momentum shifting. It's 89-76. Can Phoenix hold on and knock off the defending champs? They played spectacular for 2.5 quarters. That latter part of the third quarter saw a shift. And the Lakers definitely picked up the momentum, and they sense that there is a chance. So we go into the fourth. Suns shooting 51%, Lakers shooting 42%. The three-point line for the Suns has been very beneficial. 14 of 24 from 3. The Lakers 8 of 26. The free throw line, Suns 9 of 20. The Lakers are 10 of 12. Also, the rebounding advantage favors Phoenix, 32-25. So with that said, we got 12 minutes left. Will the defending champion show that championship pedigree and force this to a Game 7? Or will the Phoenix Suns shock the world? Stay tuned for more as we have 12 more minutes. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back as we start this final 12 minutes. Can the Lakers fight and push this series to 7? We will see. Right now, Devin Booker's in a different zone. He's taken his game to levels that many people always believed he could. He just had to put it on the biggest stage. And what biggest stage did it go against the defending champions in your first playoff series ever? So far tonight, 43 points, 14 of 20 from the floor, 8 of 9 from 3, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Right now, the players on the floor for the Suns, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton. For the Lakers, KCP, Markieff Morris, LeBron James, Dennis Schroeder, and Wesley Matthews. Chris Paul guarded by Morris, crossover dribble by Paul. He misses it horribly, rebounded by LeBron. LeBron skip pass over to Wesley Matthews. Matthews thought about a 3. Instead attacks, kicks it to Morris in the post against Chris Paul, and he gets the finish. So it's now an 11-point game, 89-78. We approach 11 minutes to play. This is a ball game. The Suns have to continue to execute and ride that hot hand in Devin Booker. Devin is going to have to go for 50. He's going to have to go for 50. There's no way around it. Right now, Chris Paul is not looking to be aggressive, and the rest of the supporting cast for the Suns is starting to go cold offensively. Suns try to set up Ayton inside. Morris, who's provided some great energy for the Lakers, especially in the paint defensively. He's called for the foul, fighting over that post position against Ayton. Devin Booker looking for Ayton inside. Great pick and roll. Took the double team. Booker took the double team, embraced the trap, found the pocket pass for Ayton. Ayton with the hook shot right inside. So it's back to a 13-point game, 91-78. LeBron, 8 on the shot clock, guarded by Devin Booker. LeBron, downhill, takes contact, can't finish the layup. Rebounded by Chris Paul. So it's 3-on-5 right now. And Morris has to foul Devin Booker to stop the momentum. But both KCP and LeBron were back near their hoop because once LeBron missed the layup, KCP went in for the offensive rebound, fell to the floor, and it was a 5-on-3 break for the Suns. So this could be a situation where the Lakers become the 4th team in NBA history to lose in the first round a year after winning the championship. The other 3 teams, the Miami Heat in 2007, the Philadelphia 76ers in 1984, and the Dallas Mavericks in 2012. Dennis Schroeder for a straightaway three. He misses it. Rebounded by Ayton. Ayton finds Chris Paul. Paul working the mid-range. Finds Cameron Johnson in the left corner for three. Timely three starting to open back up. Big three for the Suns. They push their lead to 16. 9:45 remaining. Today from three, the Suns are 15 of 25. That's 60%. LeBron going against Johnson one-on-one. Kicks it out to Devin Booker. Pardon me, to Morris, who's guarded by Devin Booker. Morris kicks it out to Schroeder. Schroeder finds Wesley Matthews. Matthews cannot finish, but we got a foul against the Suns. They call that foul against Chris Paul. Loose ball foul as he was trying to box out Markieff Morris. So 14 on the shot clock. But again, Suns up by 16. Right now, they just have to hold on and make timely shots, and they will knock off the defending champions. Again, LeBron James has never lost a first-round series in his career. He's been to the playoffs 14 times, 10 appearances in the finals. He's a four-time champion, four-time finals MVP. There's not one playoff scenario that he hasn't seen, but he has never lost in the first round. There's a first time for everything. Year 18 could be a possibility. Devin Booker runs into a trap with LeBron. And we got a jump ball. You look at LeBron, stepped right in. He couldn't quite rip it from Booker, but we got a jump ball. So it'll be LeBron and Booker, 5 on the shot clock. So if the Suns get possession, they'll have 5 seconds to get a shot up. If the Lakers get possession, they'll get 24 seconds. 8:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Referees trying to establish position before they jump it up. Lakers get possession. Kuzma over to Schroeder. LeBron, top of the key, guarded by Johnson. Orchestrating. Lakers down 14. LeBron looking to set up Wesley Matthews. Instead attacks with the left hand. Can't finish the layup. Offensive rebound, Wes Matthews draws a foul. So Wesley Matthews will go to the free throw line for 2. Wesley Matthews fighting and giving the Lakers all the energy he has. 3-and-D player. He was added by the Lakers in this offseason. Was expected to be an upgrade from Danny Green. The rotations that the Lakers have used this season have been very sporadic. So the minutes that he's gotten hasn't really been consistent. But here tonight, he has 10 points, 4 of 10 from the floor, 4 rebounds. He makes the free throw. This is Wesley Matthews Jr. Wesley Matthews Sr. actually played for the Lakers in the late 80s and won a championship. So this is a bit of a full circle moment for him. Wesley Matthews has been on a number of teams, including the Portland Trail Blazers, Milwaukee Bucks, Dallas Mavericks. Wesley Matthews, again, very, very competent 3-and-D guy who gives effort every single night. Low maintenance player, the consummate pro. Devin Booker with the basketball. Suns up 12. Booker turns it over, trying to pass it to Mikal Bridges. Kuzma at the rim. Couldn't finish the layup, but KCP is there. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is there for the putback. So this is the first time within 10 points for the Lakers since the score was 18-10 in the first quarter. Chris Paul, fadeaway jumper over LeBron. Good. Timely jumper for Chris Paul. Paul again. The point guard knows how to move, knows how to maneuver. 6 points tonight, 3 of 8 from the floor. Schroeder looking for LeBron. Has it deflected by Bridges. It goes to Kuzma. 10 on the shot clock. Kuzma goes off the glass. Ugly floater right there. 7:31 left. And we got a foul against Schroeder as he fouls Chris Paul going downhill. 19 on the shot clock. and LeBron needs a rest. Probably won't be for long, understanding what the Lakers are going to have to face without LeBron, even for a limited amount of time. 7:29 left in the fourth, 7:29 left in the Lakers season. Chris Paul going against Schroeder. Good pressure from Schroeder defensively. Paul kicks it to Bridges. Bridges steps into that three and knocks it down. So now it's a 15-point lead with 7 minutes to play. Big three from Mikal Bridges. Markieff Morris misses a three. Goes off the back rim. Rebounded by Chris Paul. Paul probing. Looks for the screen from Jay Crowder. Gets to the top of the key. Has KCP on. 13 on the shot clock. Chris Paul pulls up for the mid-range, knocks it down. So it's back to a 17-point lead. 6:42 to play. Big shot from Chris Paul. Big plays made by Chris Paul, not only as a scorer, but as a facilitator for others. Coming up huge here in the fourth. Suns up 17, looking to control this final 6:42. The defending champions are on the brink. Welcome back. Lakers trailing by 17, 6:25 to go here in the fourth. Chris Paul coming up huge down the stretch here in the fourth quarter, hitting timely baskets, setting up threes for not only him, for his teammates. Mikal Bridges coming up big with some huge threes. Paul left corner three rims out. That would have took the house down. The Lakers 0 points in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Horton Tucker, fadeaway jumper inside the paint, able to knock it down, able to create some separation with that left shoulder. So we're approaching 5 minutes to play. The Suns played a near perfect game. That third quarter, the latter part of that third quarter, we started to see an uptick in turnovers. The Lakers are +6 points off of turnovers, but other than that, though, those timely shots have worked in their favor. Chris Paul misses a three, almost with the offensive rebound. We got a loose ball foul against Phoenix as Taylor Horton Tucker almost had that rebound, but Mikal Bridges called for the loose ball foul. So LeBron James back into this game. 5:27 to play. This would be the Lakers' last stand. James guarded by Crowder. LeBron works his way to the perimeter. Horton Tucker looked for the kick out initially, but then attacked to his right, spun back left, and was able to get the finish. So it's a 13-point game, under 5 minutes to play. Mikal Bridges, corner three, no good. Shooter there for the rebound. LeBron pulls up for three. He misses it. Taylor Horton Tucker's there for the putback, one-hand slam. So could that be something that gives this Laker team momentum? Chris Paul thought about a timeout. Instead, goes to Devin Booker. Booker kicks out to Paul. Paul thought about a three, goes to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder, not afraid of the moment. Steps into it, knocks it down. Back up 14. The Suns trying to put the kill switch on. LeBron, top of the key. 12 on the shot clock. Skip pass over to Dennis Schroeder. Left corner three. Good. So Schroeder gets the 3 points right back. Devin Booker with the basketball. Tonight, Booker, 43 points. I said he would have to go for 50. He'll probably get to about 47. 3:47 to play. Let's see, can he get to 50? He's guarded by Wes Matthews. He's been outstanding from three tonight. 7 of 8 from three. Chris Paul Mid-range jumper. Misses it from that corner. Rebounded by Dennis Schroeder. This is an opportunity to get it to single digits. Wes Matthews, corner three, misses it off the back rim. Rebounded by Devin Booker. Booker tonight, 10 rebounds. Pressured by Matthews. We approach 3 minutes to play. Booker, crossover dribble. Looking to get inside, takes contact. Couldn't get the M1, but got the shot off. He'll be going to the free throw line for 2. So this is an opportunity to get to 45. Booker coming up huge when Phoenix has needed it over the last 2 games. He scored 30 in the Suns' blowout victory. They beat the Lakers by 30 in Game 5. He scored 18 of his 30 in the first quarter to set the tone. In this game, he came out with 22 points in the first quarter. He went into the half with 33. He slowed down scoring-wise, but the Suns have been able to sustain the lead, and he's hit timely baskets when they've needed it. Right now, the Lakers are on a run trying to push it. Booker's the 8th player in NBA history to score 30-plus in 4 of his first 6 playoff games. He's been amazing. And in this series, especially going against the likes of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, he definitely had to bring it. He's brought it on the highest level. Booker makes both free throws. Great steal by Cameron Johnson. Mikal Bridges is there, attacking at the rim. The layup is good. That was a 3-on-1 opportunity for the Suns. Nobody got back with Dennis Schroeder. Bridges able to score. Looking for LeBron inside. Braun misses a layup. Jay Crowder takes the rebound. Braun thought he was fouled. Mikal Bridges steps into a 3. He misses it. Shouldn't have hesitated. Jay Crowder is there for the rebound. Suns content with just dribbling it out right now. They get it to Chris Paul. Paul goes to Devin Booker. Booker steps into a 3. Rims out. Rims out. LeBron attacking. Finishes the layup. Looks right at the ref. Thought he was fouled. Suns get it ahead. Mikal Bridges over to Cameron Johnson. Johnson back to Chris Paul. So we're under 2 to play. That should about do it. Suns up 13. They've come into Staples and defeated the defending champions. Again, nobody really thought that this and that will do it. Jay Crowder knocks in a 3 as the shot clock was winding down, and he looks right at the Staples Center crowd and shushes them. Big 3-point shot from Jay Crowder, 111-95. LeBron comes back with the 3 to make it a 13-point game. But again, Jay Crowder coming up with a huge 3. He's knocked down huge 3s in the Staples Center all series, including a huge 3 in Game 4 to silence the crowd, and in that comeback for the Lakers as well. Jay Crowder, another 3 over LeBron, rims out. Rebounded by Cameron Johnson, and we are approaching a minute to play. Devin Booker tonight, exceptional performance. 45 points, an exceptional series, really. Big time performance all the way around from Jay Crowder, who started the game outstanding from 3. He knocked down 3 3-pointers. You got big performances as well from DeAndre Ayton in this series. And then just all the way around, the Lakers just weren't able to score at a high level. They couldn't keep up with what the Suns were doing. And every time they missed, the Suns got out and ran nonstop. Devin Booker comes right back and gets a 2-hand slam. So it's 113-98. And we see Devin Booker speaking. He got called for a tech now. We could go back to that game game 3 where Booker was ejected for pushing Schroeder out of the air. Booker tonight, 47 points. We look at Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder was ejected. But he ran off the court in celebration, knowing that they knocked off this Lakers squad. Devin Booker hasn't been ejected. But 47 points tonight for Devin Booker, 15 of 22 from the floor, 8 of 10 from three, 9 of 9 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Just a spectacular performance for Devin Booker. A spectacular performance from Devin Booker. 15 to 22 from the field, as I mentioned, coming up with huge shots down the stretch every single time that the Suns team needed it. And he set the tone in back-to-back games to go home knowing that that's a swing game. You have a young team. I know Chris Paul is the veteran leader, but the core of this team is very, very young. And they needed to have a confidence booster like Devin Booker's first quarter in game five to really set the tone for the team and the crowd. What did that turn into? That turned into a 30-point blowout. You get that victory and then turn it around in game six on the road against the defending champions, something that no one really, really could conceptualize. The Lakers have LeBron James. You don't imagine LeBron James ever losing in the first round. He's never lost in the first round in his career. He's an 18-year vet, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players to ever play this game. You can't imagine a LeBron James team losing in the first round until it really happens. But in real time, as it's going down, the Suns were building more and more confidence. And you got to think about what they overcame. I'm speaking at length about Devin Booker, but we have to speak about Chris Paul's impact on his team. His impact can never be quantified by numbers. He is a veteran leader. He comes in, changes the culture. You can go back to his time with New Orleans under Byron Scott. You can go back to his time with the Clippers when they first initially got Chris Paul. Yes, the spark was there with Blake Griffin, but uh, Chris turned them into legit playoff contenders year in and year out. Uh, Obviously, the talent that the Clippers had, they didn't live up to expectations, um, and they didn't win a championship. But no one can take away from the quality and level of performance that Chris Paul brings to the table year in and year out. And as he's gotten older, yes, his points have diminished, but the impact is has only gotten greater because his mind, his IQ, and the trick to the trade that he can bring to the table and instill in a young team is very, very valuable. And as he's gone on throughout his career, yes, he's become a bit of a journeyman in terms of his landing spots, but his value has never diminished. He's been on the Thunder. They needed a turnaround after trading franchise pillar Russell Westbrook. Chris Paul goes over there. Everybody thought there would be a lottery team. He turned them into a top four seed in the West. They ended up losing to Russell Westbrook in the Houston Rockets in seven, which nobody anticipated that series would go seven, but it went seven because Chris is that high quality player. OKC had different plans, and Chris had different plans. Obviously, he wanted to be with a contending team, a team that had potential to go to the playoffs. They traded him to Phoenix. Phoenix goes from missing the playoffs last year. They were actually in the bubble. They went 8-0 and were fighting for an opportunity to get in the playoffs. They missed it due to a tiebreaker, but unfortunately, but that momentum led into Chris Paul's trade, in which he comes in and infuses his winning attitude into this young team who's already on the cusp, and they go from missing the playoffs last year with potential to being a number two seed out west with spectacular young talent in Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, and so much more. Chris Paul has been the orchestrator of this offense. He's infused confidence and a winning attitude on a consistent basis, day in and day out, that's put this team in a position 30 seconds away to go to the second round where they will face the Denver Nuggets. Now, that particular matchup will be definitely a challenge for this Phoenix team. But I think after you defeat the defending champions, your confidence is through the roof and you believe you can beat anybody, especially when you consider that the other favorite out west, the Los Angeles Clippers, could potentially lose in game six to the Dallas Mavericks. However, that turns out, If the Clippers lose, now it's wide open for everybody. You never know. The Suns have defeated this Lakers squad by 13, 113 to 100. Again, this is LeBron James' first loss ever in the first round in year 18. Could the writing be on the wall? Could this be the end of a spectacular career for one of the greatest players to ever play the game? Obviously, he's going to come back next year. He's going to want to right this wrong. He's going to want to prove that he can still play at a high level. But again, you can't defeat Father Time. He's been one of the most durable players in the history of the NBA. So much so that he's put himself in position to be the all-time leading scorer when all things are done. When you look at how much he's contributed to the game, not just as a player on the floor, but also off the floor, his impact and the way in which players follow his blueprint in player empowerment and trying to put themselves in position to win. His impact on the game is second to none. But when you have moments like this, where you have a young upstart team coming to take the throne or coming to dethrone the defending champions, when it happens in this fashion, you start to think about the end. And if you're LeBron, knowing everything that you have contributed to the game and what you have done most recently, especially coming off of a championship in year 17, dealing with these injuries. You have two major injuries in the last 3 years. Now you start to wonder about what could be. With that said, the Lakers have a lot of questions that they need to answer, not just with LeBron and Anthony Davis, but with personnel. The team that came together on the heels of a championship was expected to be front runners for the championship. That turned into a horrid season because of injuries, because of COVID, because of so many different things that not only the Lakers but other teams had to deal with as well. But coming into this series, you believe that this young Phoenix team, while they will be competitive because they got Chris Paul, there's but so much that could be done against a LeBron James led team, right? Phoenix was just a better team all the way around on every level, shooting, defense, intensity, um, sense of urgency, all those things. When it comes to X's and O's and making adjustments, I think that Phoenix made the better adjustments, especially when it came to defending LeBron. Uh, Looking at what Devin Booker was able to do, they were able to ride that high hand all the way through to finish out this series. And again, the injuries came to came in the end came to haunt the Lakers, specifically to Anthony Davis. He was coming off of the calf injury toward the end of the year, trying to get back in a rhythm. Then he ended up spraining his knee. He still continued to play on that, but ended up hurting his groin in Game 4 and could never truly recover in time to save the Lakers. With that said, many expected older LeBron James, year 18, 36 years old, to still live up to the standard of a 25, 26, 27, 28-year old LeBron, and that's just not the case. He needed more help, and the Lakers just couldn't. The Lakers supporting cast, fortunately, just couldn't do that. To review the team stats tonight, Lakers 42% from the floor, 10 of 35 from three, and that's quite an improvement considering what they came into this game shooting 27%. Tonight they shot 28.6%, 29%. The Suns tonight, 18 of 39, 18 of 35 from three, 51%. They out rebounded the Lakers 42 to 35. The assist differential, three assist differential, Suns 24 to the Lakers 21. The turnover differential. Initially, the Suns had that advantage and they had the points over turnover advantage as well. But the Suns' turnovers picked up in the third quarter. Uh, so now they have 14 turnovers. The Lakers had 12 points off of those turnovers. The Lakers only had 7 turnovers, but the Suns had 11 points off of their turnovers. So while the Lakers forced more turnovers, the points over differential gap wasn't that much. The largest lead for the Suns was 29. The Lakers cut that deficit to 10, and it was in the balance. But again, timely baskets by the Suns including Mikal Bridges and obviously Devin Booker. Tonight, Devin Booker, 47 points, 15 to 22 shooting, 8 of 10 from 3. Just an amazing performance from one of the brightest stars in the NBA. An amazing performance. And now the Suns have an opportunity to go to the second round. Their first playoff victory since 2010. It's been over a decade. It's been that long. But it's a new day. The Phoenix Suns are staking their claim. The Suns defeat the Lakers 113 to 100. This was the Game of the Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Thank you for listening.